Good evening and welcome to Girlfriend Minute. I am Shar.
And I'm Pascal.
How are you, Pascal?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm okay. Happy Wednesday.
Yes, happy hump day.
Happy
Woohoo!
hump day. Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right? We are recording on a Wednesday because we have Danielle with
Hi,
us.
Hi, Danny. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How was your day today?
It was wonderful. I didn't have to work, so
Rub it in, rub it
yeah, it always
in.
makes for a good
Right?
day off. You don't have to work. Got some stuff done.
Well,
I'm
that's
going to give
good.
her a honeydew list and have her come over.
Maybe she'll catch up on the things you need done, right?
Right. We'll start in here.
Yeah. Let's redecorate.
Some packing to do with some items, but yeah, anyways, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah.
So, are you freezing in your basement?
I am freezing in my basement, but I'm okay. I got my jacket on and we're doing good. So,
Very good. Very good. Oh, anything else new in your world?
no, nothing really. Business has been a little bit slow, but it's around the season, so people don't like to come out in the cold too much. But I'm doing a bang up job on takeout, so that's pretty good.
Hey, that is pretty good. You're not cleaning up after people either that
No,
way.
definitely, definitely. I just feel sorry for my wait staff because they need their
Yeah,
tips. So,
they
but
need
it's
their
okay.
tips.
I kind of give them a little bit extra when there's nothing much going on upstairs. So,
Well, that's very nice. That's very nice. I wish I could say I was slow at work, but we're drowning.
oh
So,
no.
yeah.
Anything new?
Stay tuned for Tuesday. That's all I know.
Okay, all right.
I keep walking around going, what's your favorite color polo and what size do you wear?
Right. You can't be me and Scotty.
I
Uh,
actually had a friend text me this earlier this week. I think it was Monday.
mhm.
And he said, because his parents go to the clinic, and he said, my parents went to the clinic to the sixth floor for the tour of the new remodeled park. And I said, okay. And then they had some paperwork with them. I guess they were asked to fill out. And the invite to the tour, the logo and stuff looked different to them than what they're accustomed to at the clinic. And they've been going there quite a while. And so they went there to check out the new floor and see what was what. And they left very angry. And we've had a few patients the last few days going, no, no.
Oh
And
no.
so what it is they went there and they're like, to come and see us, you need to fill out these forms and have your medical records transferred to us. And they're like, well, that's not happening. And then whatever paperwork they filled out, they're like, well, we'll take that. And they're like, no, we have a shredder at home and we're taking that home. We're not leaving anything with you guys. And everything that was handed to them in this folder was labeled Sanitas.
Oh, here we go. It started.
But they're all wearing Diagnostic Clinic Medical Group Medicare Advantage logo T-shirts and stuff. So I don't get it.
Interesting.
It's very interesting. And they left mad today. A little lady from Peru goes, the guy who's the CEO of Sanitas, and the co-president, they're from Colombia and Peru. She's like, I'm from Peru and I know how they work. And she's like, no.
Oh no.
And then someone else filled out a complaint about being kind of lured up there and being told you kind of have to go up there if you're over 65. And they're like, no, I mean, who wants to be told what doctor you're going to see?
They-
You're not going to tell me who I'm going to go see,
Yeah.
no, exactly. I think you should already
so,
know. Yeah, if you're going
you
there.
know, so people pay for their insurance. They're going to pick their doctor,
Absolutely.
so it's not going real well.
Well, they're gonna have to see that. They'll see it. Don't worry. A lot of people are gonna probably end up complaining. So
Well, and there's always the ones going, well, no, they're not going to pay attention to what I say and they won't fill out the form. But if you don't fill out the form and complain, they will never know
what's going
that,
on? Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah,
you
fill out the
know.
form, people. Fill out that form.
So, yeah, so 3 complaints this week of unhappy people kind of being lured
Oh,
up there to take the tour and they're thinking it's part of the clinic and there's some remodeling and then they're like, oh, I don't think so.
oh my. Well,
Good start.
okay.
No, it's not.
We'll we'll stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Yeah. So Tuesday's the first meeting. 27th is the second. And the 27th is half a day.
Okay. Well, keep me updated. We'll keep you guys updated
Half
too.
a day.
So
12:30 on. We had to reschedule all the patients in the clinic from 12:30 on.
Oh my gosh.
12:30 on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's that about?
I'll find out on the 27th. Because no one knows.
Keep your phone handy, Pascal. She'll be sending out the text message.
Oh my gosh. Right on me at all times. I'm waiting to get dealt into the situation. I want to say something, few words over here.
I was going to try to get her into the Zoom meeting last time, but it's closed looped. I can't.
Oh, bummer.
I can't send her an invite outside the clinic. So yeah, anyway.
And I'm not a good hacker. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I should get on that hacking stuff.
I mean, I guess I could just FaceTime you and set you in my little stand.
You
facing
could. You could. Yes, you could.
I could. Yeah. We'll try this Tuesday. We'll do a trial run.
All right.
I mean, I don't care. What's the worst they're going to do?
Yeah, what is? I guess we'll hear from them. But people have to complain, like you said. Put in your little notes in those little boxes. Let them know what you like and what you don't like. Probably nothing, but,
Well, the little lady from Peru today, by the way, she's really outspoken and she's really, she has a lot of money. So she can do whatever she wants whenever she wants. And she went up there for her tour and she came down angry and then told Adeline and everybody. She was out there for quite a while. And I saw her and I know who she is. She's a nice lady. She really is. But she's very honest. And she went up there and she's like, what is this about? And they're trying to explain to her. And she's like, I don't think so. And then and they're like, they're offering Zumba classes and cooking classes and all this crap. And she's like, who's teaching Zumba? And this one bigger lady's like, me. And she goes, you don't look to be in shape to teach me Zumba.
Oh my God.
She's 76. I mean, you can tell her anything.
Wow.
She can call it as I see it. Yeah. And that lady didn't know what to say.
Well, yeah. What are you gonna say? How can you come back from that? You can't. That's hard.
And it's slightly embarrassing, I would think, going,
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
It is.
We all did. We all thought it was funny. So yeah, but she was not happy, and she came down to tell us all about it. So then Adeline said, fill out the form, and she's gladly, and then she went and did it. So.
Well, good. Hopefully everybody else will follow in her footsteps if they're not happy either. So.
Hopefully. So we need more people up there going up there going, you ain't teaching me squat.
Right. Exactly. Who do you think you are?
Yeah. It was just funny because she's very outspoken. And she's this tiny little thing. She's 4 foot. I mean, she's not 5 feet, I don't think.
No, that's funny. I have two Peruvians actually that work here, but they're all big, like tall people.
Oh, she's shorter than me. I'm 5'4". She's got to be 4'9", 4'10".
Oh,
she's
not even 5.
I don't think so.
Yeah, well, you do get shorter as you age, so.
Yeah, she's just this little thing. She's hysterical, though. So, yeah, she just is like, you ain't teaching me anything.
Right?
You're not in shape. Man, to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, who's teaching me Zumba? Me.
Not you. Not you, lady.
I know. So that was the entertainment. That was the laughter for today, was that lady coming down angry.
Angry. Well, at least you got a little bit of a smile out of that. So that's
I did. And then so did Addie and Kat and Raven and Megan.
Everybody.
Jose.
Everybody.
Yeah.
The whole clan.
So yeah, she's more like her. So
yeah. Well, welcome, Danny. Our second guest on our podcast. That's awesome. Yes. You should. So,
right.
So yeah.
As she should. Yeah. So we picked the topic because I had pre-asked the question because I'm a few questions ahead. Things that lead to divorce.
All right. Well, so you guys can start. So I'm not, I've never been married, so I can't really tell you, but I kind of have an inkling.
Do you?
about what possibly could lead, to a breakup maybe.
Same thing, just a little
Yeah.
more expensive.
Yes, exactly, probably.
A little more expensive.
Little more items in between all of that. So
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Well,
So
go ahead. I'll let you lead and I'll follow.
let me lead and you'll follow.
I
Okay, so
shall.
obviously you have the cheating as
Yeah.
one. That's a big one. Of course, that's a given. Lack of communication, goals in life, patience, being a mama's boy.
Oh my God, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And or incapable of being I don't even know what that says. Being a real man to your partner.
Oh, probably not taking the lead.
Probably not. Drug and alcohol abuse with no quitting in sight, bickering and arguing constantly, being ignored and talked down to, emotional neglect.
We talked a little bit about that last episode, didn't we?
We did. We
Yes.
did.
Yeah, and that goes
You all
along
right?
with the emotional cheating. Are you choking over there? Do you need the Heimlich?
Well, I didn't feed her anything. She's fine. I
I
don't know
was
what
gonna
happened.
say you better not.
No.
Last time to get a tickle. Excuse me.
No foul play on my end.
Oh, you're safe.
Yeah, we talked about the emotional cheating and just when it becomes emotional cheating, how far, once it crosses a certain line, how
Right.
far some people go with it and stuff.
Sure.
And of course, some people survive infidelity. I don't know. I'm sure it changes the dynamics quite a bit.
Yeah, some people do. I think it all depends on which partner in the relationship has done the infidelity. They would almost have to because listen, I mean, if somebody, so I had that done with a boyfriend where they cheated on me and then I can't trust you then. That's it. Like everything in my head is blocked. Everything having to do with you, anything that comes out of your mouth, I'm not going to believe what you say just because of that reason. So in order for me to even move on with that relationship, I would have to change my way of thinking or kind of get past it. And I know myself, I'm not getting past that shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So
Kind of
he's going to have to
blows the
go.
trust out the door. You
Yeah.
know, that would really mess with somebody's trust, and that'd
Yeah.
be my hardest thing. You know,
That's
you'd
key.
you'd always wonder if it
Or
happens once, is it gonna
exactly.
happen again? Yeah.
Exactly. And then you become a smartass, like if they say something to you, you're like, yeah, whatever. Or like, yeah, you done that shit before. Or yeah, it's part of your nature to do something like that. Then you become a smartass towards them, and it's like, do I really want to do all of that? Then the bickering and the arguing and all of that stuff then begins. If it already hasn't happened.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it's interesting because I'm going to have a guest on. Well, we are, but you haven't met her yet. And she has cheated.
Yeah.
A few things. It talks about financial and stuff. Her husband gets laid off a few times in a row, really close together. Like he barely made it through probation of the second new job, and he was being, brought in and talked to and stuff. He's been laid off a few times. So and it was for performance reasons, and he works for cities. He's working for the city of Clearwater, and he got let go for poor performance, and I think at one point even the city of Largo and stuff. And that puts a lot of stress and strain on a relationship because, she's not making a ton of money at the clinic. And now the mortgage is coming up and they have a senior in high school this year. And that's continuous money going out.
Absolutely.
And yeah, and all the other bills, and all of a sudden her car won't start, and and she just would have these meltdowns, and I think he kind of has a history of that, and so she has cheated.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, you get sick and tired of that after a while. How much can you take? How much
Well,
can you
yeah.
possibly take of him going into a job and 2 seconds later, like, you're let go? What the hell
Well,
is wrong with you? Like,
it's you have a family, so you have to adult and you have to do the job and you have to perform. Not saying it's right or wrong that she cheats. I'm just saying she doesn't feel like she can get rid of him financially
mhm.
because she does need his income when he is working. And because I've talked to her about it, and she's like, I need that income when he is working. And but when he's not, it's she just wants to, we'll say, throttle him for a nicer choice of words instead of anything else. But right or wrong, and to me that's the writing on the wall. If it's making you feel differently towards him, because obviously you are,
Right.
if you
She's looking
if you
for something
cheated,
else,
she's looking
obviously.
for something else.
Well, here's the
Yeah.
big question to that then. Like, maybe when we have her on, I'll try to remember this or I'll write it down. But it seems to me like when he's not working, which is probably most of the time, and she's making it, but I guess barely making it.
I think so.
Oh, okay. But she's still making it, and she's making it on
Well,
her own.
it's tight. Like, I don't think they have money to go get a new car. And her car's had many repairs. And this is all right before the holidays. So now you
Sure.
feel the stress of the holidays and you have the kids and, and I just think she was feeling very overwhelmed and it was depressing.
Well, yeah, and then probably that's why she went looking for something else to make her happy, and she ended up finding it in that cheating way. So,
With that being said, I think she cheated way prior to this
oh,
happening. I think he has kind of a history
Okay.
of things happening. Yeah. So, you know,
That being said, financial reasons and money is a very large reason for divorce. I would say that's up there in
oh,
probably the top
absolutely.
5
Yeah,
financial.
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of relationships argue about money and all of that
That's
stuff, so it
that's a
never
big one.
stops. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Not that that condones cheating by any means,
No,
but it's
like I said, right or wrong, but she, I think, was seeking comfort, an ear, and it just,
Progressed
there's
from
some
there.
kind of connection,
yeah.
and if she's not feeling loved or special at home, or her feelings have changed for him at home and she feels stuck and trapped.
Well, she's not going to feel like he's a man either. Is he really taking care of his family? Not really. I mean, when it comes to that kind of stuff, I'm pretty old fashioned. I was brought up
Yeah.
with my dad went to work, my mom stayed home, she took care of the kids. And then later on, as things, economically changed, then my mom did go to work and then, she funded the household along with my father and stuff like that. So it wasn't just one sided or one person, but I've seen both sides growing up.
Yeah.
So,
Me too.
yeah.
Me too.
Hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it changes the feelings when he's just like, and didn't seem like he was rushed to find another job or that there was urgency to it.
So there goes the question: is he collecting unemployment on these things? There wasn't enough time, I don't think.
I don't think so, but you know what? Here's the thing is I don't care what your job is. There's nothing sexier than a man who provides. And
Absolutely.
if you hate your job and you have a job going and it's paying the bills and you want something else, you keep that job and you find something else or do the training to do something else or something, but don't get rid, especially when you have kids,
Absolutely, yeah.
and
I
they're
mean,
older
that's how I
kids.
was brought up. It's like, okay, I want to quit my job. I don't like it. I hate it. I hate going every day. But, my parents always told me, go find another job before you quit that job,
Yeah.
because then you don't have that lax in paychecks.
Yeah.
Maybe you might have 1 week here or there, but you're able to sustain yourself in that 1 week. So,
Yeah. And no one wants to live in a household where if she was barely making it on her own by herself,
hmm
that stress. If you're
yeah.
married with a partner, why do you want to feel like you're
Yeah,
the
what do
only
you
one doing it all?
well, exactly. What do you need him for then? You're already
Yeah.
providing and doing everything for yourself. So,
Yeah.
what's the point?
Exactly.
So I think that's a huge, huge one. Lack of communication is huge. If you can't communicate about anything or important things,
Yes.
you know,
That kind of falls right under the financial part of it too.
Yeah.
Communication is a big issue.
That'll
Big
make
issue.
or break you.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if you can talk about things, that's one thing that my husband and I have is we can talk about anything.
That's
Sometimes
nice.
it causes
Yeah.
a fight and disagreement.
Well,
It's not always, it's not, it doesn't always work out wonderfully, but we're open books and we can talk about anything.
that's good.
Sometimes you have to cool down and walk away for a little bit and come back to the drawing table and talk, but
These are cute.
thank you.
Her nails are cute,
Okay.
by the way. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No,
I
I'm
just saw
kidding.
them.
Oh, let me see. Let me see. We're going to pause a little bit. Okay. Let me see your nails.
Whoa.
They are cute.
See what I'm saying?
Yes, I like it.
Would you like me to hold up my toes?
Yeah.
Oh, those are cute.
Yeah, the toes are cute too on both of us. Yeah.
Mine are.
Oh.
Oh. You hear that shit?
Did she cheat on you?
Well, I don't know about that, but she said she thinks her toes are cuter.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Pictures. Everyone, take pictures. I'll be the deciding factor.
She's gonna judge.
I'll text it to you later.
All right.
Yeah, as far as communication goes, if you always feel like no matter what you say or think has no value, you shut down.
You do.
You
On
don't
both
communicate.
sides, male or female.
Oh,
On
absolutely.
both sides. Yeah.
You know,
You do, and then you
It's-
strive and you go looking for something else. You know, you look for something or someone that is actually paying attention to you and actually listening to what you're saying. Because that's also very attractive to me. You know, when I'm talking to you and you're like in la la land and I can tell that you're in la la land, like I just stop talking. There's no point.
yeah, if they're not listening,
No.
you know.
And I've had that. I've had that in some relationships too. And I've said it out loud. I'm like, dude, like you're not even listening to what I said. Oh, I'm listening. I'm
That's
listening.
difficult. If one person is talkative and the other one shuts down, you know, I've known several people like that before, even, you know, family members.
Hmm.
You know, one of them is an open book and always wants to talk, and the other one just shuts down and doesn't speak. It doesn't work. That's not going to work.
No, I was telling Shar, okay, so I was I don't it's not even a relationship. I don't even know what the hell it is, to be honest with you. I don't even know. But I was talking to this guy and it's like I did all the talking. I picked all the subjects. I picked everything and I'm like, okay, like do you have anything to say?
Yeah, he didn't talk, did he?
No.
Have you? When was the last time you heard from him?
Oh my God, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago.
Oh, really? So he still does reach out here and there.
Well,
Does he
what's
say-
funny, no, he doesn't reach out here or there.
He
What's
comes to the
funny is-
restaurant.
yes.
Yeah, that's what
And
I
he
thought.
came
Dinner and
in to
doesn't talk?
eat.
No, he just comes to eat.
No. He came to eat and he asked me, hey, how are you? How are you doing? You know, normal stuff, you know. But then that's it. And then it's like cricket. Do 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 do. And I'm like, oh my God. I'd rather go get my tooth pulled. Thank you. Bye. You know, it's he had no communication skills whatsoever. So why should I even reach out to you? For
How does he
what?
survive in life? Like work.
He
and
talks to
having
himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he looks in the mirror every day and talks to himself, I guess. I don't know. Well, he's a truck driver, mind you, you know, so he's
Oh,
pretty
is he?
secluded. Yeah, so he's pretty secluded. He doesn't have anybody to talk to.
Oh. He doesn't get on
But-
that little CB thing and go, hey. breaker, breaker.
Breaker, breaker, 19.
No.
I'd have to bring my dog or something. I couldn't.
Yeah, I couldn't know.
I couldn't.
I'd
just
have
drive
a.
and not talk.
Well, he takes his phone with him and he listens to music and then he watches whatever on his pad. He has like an iPad or what have you. And he watches, you know, like soap operas.
While
Okay.
he's driving.
He listens to them basically.
Okay.
So, and then
That's a
I'm
big
sure he
yes.
has friends. Yeah, well,
That's a
I mean,
yes.
I've never been in the truck with him. This is only what, you know, I gather from what I have asked him and he has told me. And then I'm sure he has friends and stuff that he talks to, but he's an Arabic guy, so it's like a lot of Arabic men are more geared to talking to men more so. But he was married and has a kid, and I'm like, did you not conversate with your wife?
Probably not.
So back up. I knew he was Arabic. I didn't know he's a truck driver. I
Mm-hmm.
always thought they were like more money people, like accountants and stuff like that.
Oh, truck drivers make good money.
Well, I know they make good money, but like they all like do accounting and stuff.
Oh, you mean like engineering and doctors
Yeah.
and lawyers? Yeah, no, not him.
He's the one.
He's the only
No,
Arabic truck driver in the nation.
So let me just say this. People
No offense.
Yes, no
Sure.
offense. But more so business people are Lebanese people, and all of the desert people, like Qatar, Khalij. Yeah. I'm sorry, that's what we call them. It's not being racist
I
or
learned something.
stereotypical, but they're called the desert
So
people.
if I was to say that to somebody, it wouldn't be offensive. I could say,
Aren't you a desert person?
yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you. If
Pascal,
it
are
would
you
be
in the desert?
if you would be, well, Lebanon does not have any desert, so no, you're not.
Oh, okay.
But Lebanese people are more like New York people. They are like in it, about it, all about, accounting and medical stuff and all of that stuff. So, um, and Dubai is one of them. Qatar is one of them. Emirati is one of them. All those people. That's why I'm striving to marry one of them, because they have a lot of money. But anyway,
Oh,
back to
Dubai,
the
man,
subject.
is nothing but money.
Oh, it's
Dubai
completely funny.
is nothing but money. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
But I think the African side they're not so much geared to like complete business, and he comes from Northern Africa. So he's Moroccan. We'll just say it. He's Moroccan. He's not listening because he doesn't talk anyway. So um,
You never know. You might stumble into fun.
No,
Right. The one thing he'll have to talk about.
right. He won't. He has no idea. So
Come in your restaurant and give you dirty looks.
I know what you said last summer.
Right.
But yeah, so they're more geared to no. Although they do have a desert. They do. The Sahara Desert. Yeah. So but they're more geared as skilled people. So any skill that you have, they more go for kind of that factor. So yeah.
The being talked down to is a big thing, because when you're trying to voice your opinions, thoughts, and feelings, and they're belittled.
Yes.
That's a no bueno.
No.
Now it's gonna get ugly.
Well, yeah, because we end up talking about it, and then they end up like just shutting, and then you shut down.
Well, it's also they're right and you're wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why they're belittling and talking down to you and being condescending. It's how they make themselves feel like, I'm right and you're wrong. Your opinion does not matter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that kind of just goes with all men, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
I think it goes, yeah. Yeah.
Not all men.
Y chromosome. How do you do that in sign language?
Why?
Someone posted to all the comments that were being made on Reddit, all of these things are issues I am not willing to work through, along with abuse of any sort. Life is too short, and I'd rather be single than with the wrong partner.
Yeah.
At some point you can't keep working through everything. At some point you keep.
No, you can't. And to be honest, I'm single right now. Like, and I've never been married, so I've had long-term relationships like as though we were married, but never actually in that moment, because I always ended up going home. I have my own stuff. So It's never quite like that. But I am happy living my single life. I don't have to answer to anybody. I can come and go as I please. I don't have to worry about washing anybody's anything or feeding anybody's mouth. So,
I know, right?
what'd you say? I didn't hear you. Louder.
We'll enhance that little section later.
Okay.
We'll just, you know.
But I was talking to Danny earlier, and I was just saying, it does get a little bit lonely. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes.
I'm sure there are moments, but you have to weigh that with the other shit.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I've never been alone in my life.
Yeah,
So when I'm alone on weekends, I really, really value it.
Yeah.
I do. I truly do.
I think as we age, though, we enjoy our alone time a lot more.
Absolutely too.
I didn't used to like to be alone ever.
Well, when my mom was raising me by herself and she worked 3 jobs, I was alone a lot. If I was
yeah,
home, I was alone unless I was in the neighborhood playing. But if I didn't go out, and there were weekends I just didn't go out because I'm like, I liked it then too.
yeah. Well, I always had family around because we lived at home,
You all
for
live,
my
yeah.
whole life, so we all were around each other. So technically, at home, I was never alone. So I never felt that lack of loneliness in that factor. But when it came to like love life or love or having a man next to you, it got a little bit lonely.
Yeah, I imagine it has its moments,
It
but
does.
you have to weigh it.
Yeah, trust me. I have that division on my paper, where it says advantages and disadvantages.
And Pascal's like, it's not looking good.
My
For that column.
advantages outweigh the
With the
disadvantages. Yeah. So
Yeah. Sorry for the men that listen, and I do have a few men friend that listen, and I apologize, and I don't mean it to you.
yeah.
Marriage is hard. Plain and simple. It is a lot of work. I don't care how good your marriage looks on paper. I don't care how good it looks on Facebook and Instagram, and everybody's got their issues. It is work. Two
Absolutely.
people coming together, living together, doing everything together, raising children, financial. It's just it's not easy. It is always a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. And then doing that every day, day in, day out, the same thing, and without having like moments of certain activity, like where you can spend time alone with each other or alone by yourself, having fun or enjoying your life can be hard as well. So, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Now, some people, though, and I do know a few, where their marriage does not work for them. They are on the same page. They're very successful. They run the same businesses together, and they enjoy the same activities. And every day, no, they're truly happy. They're like, this is easy. We're made for each other.
They're extremely lucky.
This is
That's
smooth
rare.
sailing.
well, they have a good combination, that's
Yeah.
very hard to find.
I'm sure that they have little moments of snippiness, but for the big stuff, they're on the same page, and that's where it's important.
Absolutely. I always wanted, somebody to go through life with me, like every change of life. You
Yeah.
go through this, okay, next step this, next step this. Then when you get to raise your kids and they're out of the house and everything, you want to continue with that person. Go out, go have
Do
fun.
you?
Well, if they're that kind that you're saying, not the
She's sitting
ones
here
that I've
laughing. She's
had.
not even chiming in.
No, not the ones that I've had.
I have one that we have tons in common, and the raising of the kids and the kids moving out, and that's always like, are we gonna make it through that?
Yeah, yeah.
We talk about it. Are we gonna stay together when the kids are gone? But we have a lot of things in common that we want to do: traveling, RVing, hiking, doing all those things.
Those are the fun things, but it's the big things that um, overshadow that.
Yeah.
It can overshadow it and ruin. Hello.
That's okay. Go ahead. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'll be there in a moment.
Okay. So.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I have every intention of staying with my husband and doing those things with him, as we age and, pulling up the RV at my kids' doorstep and camping out in their driveway and making the hell out of them. My worry is missing my kids too much. I'm going to be following them around. And my husband's like, well, we're going to get away from them and we're going to do all kinds of things. And I'm like, yeah, maybe for a couple of days, but then I got to go find my kids and bug them. So I think for women, it's definitely harder as the kids move out, the empty nest syndrome to,
Well, also too, you're building it in your mind as a certain way and what you envision, but when it happens and you go through it, it changes and things settle. It does.
Yeah.
It does.
I'm scared.
Nah. You'll be fine. I mean, I don't know if her husband will be, but she will be.
You're gonna be fine. Don't worry. You'll be fine. You'll be happy.
I mean, it took a while to get through the phase of walking by the empty bedroom and that feeling and just certain things. And now it's like, I'm good.
Like it now when they go, out of town for the weekend or something.
Yeah, I've been there, but it does change. It's the next phase, and you need to let them have that
Freedom.
phase.
Yeah. It was hard for me when my daughter went to the university. I was like, oh my God, like I'm missing a whole piece of me. Like it's gone. Where is it? And I cried. I'm not going to lie. I did because I missed her a lot. Because her and I, I had her when I was young. So her and I did everything together. And, but I got used to it. She lived her own life, and I, in my head, I'm like, okay, she has to experience this. It's just the phase that she has to go through, and then she'll come back home and everything will be fine and what have you. Now I can't get rid of her.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Pascal keeps saying she's going to come to Florida, but I don't believe it.
No, I am. Don't worry. I'm coming.
It's hard to leave your babies. I understand.
Oh, I know. I've told her. She's like, I'm visiting. I can visit. It's fine. Or they can move down here too. I've said it.
No, that's what I told my daughter too. I said, I'll get a house and everybody will move in. Let's do it.
My sister-in-law that lives in Michigan, and her kids are, gosh, they're 28, 25, and 21, I believe. She wants to come down here and retire something awful, but her kids are still relying on her, and that's the hardest thing for her is to leave them and come all the way down here.
It is, and I think that's another phase in life that we have to go through. But eventually, you got to make up your mind and go do what makes you happy. So
yeah,
ultimately, that's the goal. Yeah.
Yeah, but I understand that. I don't know, but that would be very hard for me to do.
Yeah. It is. That's why I'm trying to convince her to go and move to Florida with me. And I told her there's a great hospital for Milo and she can come anytime and that would be great and there's no problem with it. But she hasn't jumped on board yet.
Well,
so hopefully she will. Hopefully she will.
Drug and alcohol abuse. So that's a big one because I grew up in an alcoholic family and it totally ruined the family.
Yes.
It totally changed the dynamics. It changed everything. There was nothing left untouched and left what I thought was normal. It totally changed everything. With that being said, this was a shocker to me. And I think I told you because we kind of touched base on this before that I have a nephew who was an alcoholic and he popped pills and stuff. That's all I thought he did. And recently, right before the holidays, was it?
Yeah.
His wife told me, no, he used everything. He was addicted to heroin.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
I had no clue. I don't know if that's just me being naive. I was like, what? She was sure he did everything. But when I asked,
now, right?
Yeah, he walked away from it all. Like alcohol, he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke cigarettes, he doesn't do anything anymore because he's like, they're all vices and grips, and I don't believe I've wasted half of my life doing that. But I mean, he took out telephone poles over here and was bay flighted. I mean, but I had no idea. Heroin, isn't that mind altering? It messes your brain up.
Oh, it's everything altering. It's your brain and your
Like
face and
long
everything.
term. Well, his face
Yes.
got messed up because he hit a telephone pole. But anyways, you know, I had no idea. Oh, I think it was a question on for the podcast. What was the most devastating thing your spouse told you, or whatever that one was? And that was her response. I thought, she goes, um, the only thing that she worries about now is him going back to drinking, not the drugs, which I thought was interesting. But it's easier. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course.
But I was so shocked. I texted family. I'm like, I didn't know he was addicted to heroin. They're like, he was?
Oh, they didn't even know either.
You let the cat out of the bag.
Right?
He's been sober. It'll be 7 years this August, she said. I can't believe it's been that long. I thought it was a little less than that. It's going to be 7 years this August.
Well, it's going to be a battle for him, but that's very, very good start.
Oh no, it's 7 years, and he's doing well, financially successful. He works. He has investment properties. He's doing like really well. He went total opposite of where he was.
Oh,
But
that's
I was
great.
so shocked when she said heroin. I messaged her. I was like, what? She was, sure, he was addicted to everything.
Wow.
I
That is
had
a
no
shocker.
idea. I knew Xanax. I knew he was always smoking the pot, marijuana. He always had
Yeah.
it on him. The pot. I got that from Big Bang. They were on earlier.
Yeah.
The
I was
pot,
like, it's
yeah.
the pot.
The pot.
It's the
yeah.
pot. It's stuck in the brain. But yeah, and stuff. And then, he apparently did it all. I
Wow.
had no idea until
Well, he's doing great.
and he walked away from it. But he walked away from it for himself.
Well, see, he
have
took.
to. You
Well, yeah,
can't-
you have to. He took the initiative, and he's just
Yeah.
like, he said to me one day, I cannot believe I wasted half of my life
Doing
on
that.
shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, because
Mhm.
it consumes your life. That's all you worry about. That's all you care about. You don't care about anything else.
Oh, and he did. Because
Yeah.
he lived with me for a short time, and I'm like, you got to go because I can't do this.
Yeah.
No, no. Just, no.
No, that's a
It,
hard one.
yeah, it was, but I was shocked. I was like, heroin. That's like, I thought that was permanently like mind altering.
I think
Well,
that's like one of the worst drugs you can do.
I think
mean,
so. I thought I watched a special on it or something, like it can totally, depending on how, I guess, long you do it or how often you shoot up or however you do it,
Yes.
it physically alters your brain that you may never be who you were in the very beginning again. And that just is even the processing stuff. But he's sharp as a tack.
Wow.
So I don't
That's awesome.
I don't know. He's very fortunate. He's very fortunate. He could have there were times I thought we were going to bury him.
Wow. And they're still
And that was
together.
just with the alcohol. Well, he had the problem way longer before he met her, and she did the Al-Anon meetings, which I think is important.
Yes.
And then there was a book she told me to get, and just to read it. It's very informative. I haven't read it. I did purchase it a few months ago. Well, longer than that, but when she was here last time. And she's very strict. Touch one beer again, we're done. And I'm taking everything. And well, she lives in Pennsylvania, so it's different there than here for divorce and stuff. So
Yeah.
she because of the books and the classes, she has put her foot down. She no longer allows excuses. There's no excuse. You know how to live sober, and you're choosing. Yeah. So she won't tolerate. She's like, I will not tolerate. And she's like, I'm not doing it again. And she only did it once. And once was enough because apparently he was addicted to everything. I had no idea. So I'm assuming meth and all of it.
Well, you would have to.
Probably stuff that I don't even know exists.
Probably, yeah.
I mean,
God
I
only
was so shocked at her answer.
Wow.
I was just like, oh my gosh, I had no
Well,
idea.
and I don't blame her. You do it once, that's it. Usually when you fall and relapse back, you're going to continue to do the same process. But some people can get out of it. And if, she has to put her foot down.
You have to. You have to. And like she said, the alcohol is what scares her because you cannot take an alcoholic and they be ever a casual drinker.
No. It can't be a drinker,
that's what they're
period.
No, it's what they're taught. They can't ever, so she has laid down the law because they have a kid together now. Elijah is her kid from a previous marriage, which Ronnie is in the process of adopting. Because
Mhm.
if anything were to happen to her, that she wants to keep her boys together.
Right.
Okay. And then they have Isaac, which is theirs.
Okay.
So yeah. So but she's been very clear. And with someone like that, with that type of addiction to everything and anything,
Mhm.
you have to be,
Of course you
or
have
you're
to.
going to keep repeating it. And
Right.
heroin, that's a no go. No.
Oh, and then she's gonna end up falling in the hole with him, and then she's gonna be miserable, and then he's gonna continue to do whatever he's doing with his
Well, she's
vices.
got kids. They have kids. You can't do that.
Exactly. You can't do that. No. So
You
I'm glad
know,
that he's better and he's on the path of doing, well for himself. So that's good.
complete,
Yes.
complete from one end of the spectrum to the other.
Day and night. Yeah.
Totally day and night. Well, like I said, I thought we were going to bury him. I didn't think he was going to make it to 30.
Well, thank God he did. So
I did not. I thought he was going to be next to his dad in the cemetery. I
yeah.
really did. Yeah, I did. I told Jim he's not going to make it. And
Well,
we
it's
can't,
good he stepped up for his family. So
So yeah, he did it. He did it in Pennsylvania too, by the way. So I think he needed out of here.
okay. Yeah.
'Cause he was
That's
around the
probably
same group of kids. They all grew up together.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Get away from
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
of his influences.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So,
do. You have to get rid of everything.
I mean, he was wreaking havoc up there, and he wreaked havoc on his way up there because he took out, there's a mayor of a small town. He took out his wife in a car accident. His blood alcohol was 3 times the legal limit before noon, and she had to have surgery.
Oh my
Just like
gosh.
life-saving surgery. He did jail time for that one.
She's
Wow.
okay though.
She's okay
Oh,
now.
good.
But yeah, he did, like, I don't remember how long he spent in jail in Virginia. Yeah, I mean, he's been through, yeah, he's done a lot. So you look at him now and you would never know.
Well, maybe he
Uh-huh.
realized,
Yeah, I don't know. One is crummy or no sex.
Well, that is a big one. I mean,
So they wrote.
Crummy or no sex?
one of the top 5. One of the top 5 items.
It's up there, let me tell you.
Yeah, it is.
See, that must be what ends a lot of marriages after we go through the change of life and we're like, I don't need to be touched ever again.
Well, I don't know if that's true because I have
I
patients
want to
in the
be touched all the
70.
time. I'm sorry, I do.
She
I'm
does.
50, but I
No, she's
really
not
do.
joking.
I am not joking. No, I like it. I love it. I want to do it all the time. I'm not gonna lie.
You're a rarity.
Yes.
You're gonna make a man really happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Well.
I think most of us anyway, just we're like me.
Again, I don't know if it's I have patients in their 70s, 80s
That are still going
they
strong.
are men
Yeah.
and women. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
What are they drinking? What are they
It's
I need to find out.
I think it's many things. I don't think it's all just hormone based. You have to be
Mm-mm.
attracted to the person. There's a
Yeah.
natural attraction, and that's a huge thing. And if I'm naturally attracted to you, you better hold on tight.
Well, yeah, and then there has to be like this comfort level where you can be free with that person and do whatever it is that you both want to do. And some people are a little bit more selfish when it comes to that, where they'll just get it in by themselves and then they don't really care about their partner. And that's when you're like, nah, you're unattractive to me. Goodbye. And you move on to the next one. So I'm not saying I have a lot of partners. I do not. Don't get
You
me
hoe.
wrong. I
You being a
am.
hoe.
I'm such a hoe. I don't have a lot of partners. I just like it.
Notice
That's
her
it.
choice of words. She doesn't have a lot of partners, but she's
Yeah.
not denying that she has any partners.
Exactly.
Oh, this is a.
She has some
I have my BB. I have my BC. My booty call.
Oh, do you?
I sure do.
Is it friends with benefits?
Yes.
Oh, girl, we need to have a different conversation.
Yeah. Just call them up,
That will be.
Yeah. I've known them, for years. I'll just call them up. Hey, what are you doing tonight? Nothing. You want to come over? Sure. All right. Let's go. That's it. The end.
Kudos to you.
Yeah. I'll have a little water, for him after he's done because he needs it. But other than that, he's good to go.
water.
need to hydrate,
I'm
baby.
telling you. Yeah, he needs to hydrate.
He needs to
Exactly.
hydrate.
He does need to hydrate because it's going to get hot and
Drink
steamy.
up.
Hot and steamy up in here. That's a different podcast. Move on.
I had a coworker, and believe it or not, at the boutique, once a month, she called her guy friend, and he come over because she's like, I just need to keep the cobwebs out of there. I was like,
Exactly. Exactly.
Got to keep it oiled. Keep it well oiled.
You got to get an
I've
oil
learned a
change.
lot from other people. So I'm like,
Listen,
what?
Your
I'm
car
so
needs
shocked,
an
'cause she's
oil
very demure.
change every 5,000, 3,000 to 5,000 miles. You also need an oil change every month to get yourself back together again and release all that stress that you've built up through the whole entire month. So go do it.
Once a month, though?
It's no fun
No,
in that.
I mean, for some people it's once a month, not for me, but for some people it is. So.
Hear the shit?
Water
She almost spit her water out. He said that.
I'm sorry. I'm just a very sexual being, and I I don't know if I was when I was younger, but now it seems when I got older, I just am more. I don't know why. I don't know why.
That.
No,
Good for you.
yeah,
Well, I learned something new about Pascal tonight.
there you go.
TMI.
I haven't gotten my
Podcast
Jacob though,
topic.
but one of these days I will get my Jacob. One of these days.
No words.
I don't know what a Jacob is.
But yeah, sex plays a lot, in a relationship, and we're gonna change the subject, okay? So
Okay.
Please.
So I have a girl who wrote, I have a list: being lazy, hygiene, no support, me having to give up on my dreams as a can't keep a job, and losing friends.
Well, it sounds like she needs to get a divorce.
Yeah.
That's not.
Mhm.
If she's got
Well-
that whole list, that's not good.
I had a little back and forth with her because she's worried about being able to financially swing it,
yeah.
It's tough nowadays. I hate to sound old, but nowadays it's really tough. I mean, it's like
She is the oldest of the three of us right here, right now.
you know what?
She is.
I made her cake, though. It's okay.
You better make it another
I drink my water.
Yeah.
No, it's really hard unless you're making a stupid amount of money. I mean, you need 16 roommates to get by
You
these days.
do.
No
know,
shit, right?
It's hard. It's hard, but I mean, that sucks though to have to stay with somebody if you're that miserable because financially you can't.
Well, giving up on dreams, that's
That's a no-no. You should never
Yeah,
give up on your
no.
dreams. I'm sorry.
you have nothing to look forward to.
No, absolutely.
You have
not.
nothing to plan for.
Mm-mm. No, don't.
That's
put
why I
your
did some back
dreams
and
to the
forth with
side.
her because I felt bad. And she's just like, and because of how she feels, she's kind of stuck emotionally in that mood, that a little bit probably depression,
Yeah.
And I told her that. She said, no, you're right. I probably should go talk to somebody.
Is she young?
Yeah.
I have no idea how old she is. Well, she's younger than us. I would say probably early to mid 30s. Yeah.
Mhm. Girl, wake up and
And-
smell the coffee.
And she may not have family support. And when you don't have family support, take it from me. When you don't have family support, it makes things harder.
Yeah.
That weighs on your mind, the back of your mind. No matter what you think and it does.
Yeah.
It does. It truly does. And it's sad.
It is sad because how long is she going to keep that up? That's the thing.
I don't know. You know what? I don't remember if she said in any of our conversation how long she had been in the situation. I don't know. Someone wrote lack of respect, common courtesy to your spouse, entitlement, hypocrisy, narcissistic traits, gaslighting,
Yeah.
And the
Yes.
list goes on.
and the list goes on
There's
and
so many,
on.
It's such an open-ended question. I mean, there's so many things.
There are so many things. Getting married too young was one of them.
Yeah,
That
was mine.
Yeah.
I'm the only one here that's been divorced, and that was my reasoning for divorce. I got married when I was 23, Um, but the person proposed to me like 3 years before then. And I did have my family around, and they warned me, my dad mostly, don't do it because you guys are, well, more so me. I wasn't in love with him. And I always knew I wasn't in love with him, but he was my best friend. Um, and my dad, when he did propose to me, I said, well, let's have a long engagement because I knew I wasn't ready. And I was hoping that I would fall in love with him. It just doesn't work that way, especially after you've been with somebody for a while. And we waited a while, and I couldn't break his heart, and I married him, hoping, he's my best friend, it'll be good, and I loved him, and he was a wonderful man.
Well, you loved him like a best friend, not like a
I
spouse.
did, but I was young and naive and, didn't listen to those adults that were talking to me. I, had to go make my own mistakes. And, we were only married about 3 years, and I couldn't do it anymore. As much as I loved him, I wasn't in love with him, and I was making bad decisions in the marriage. I was just not a very good person. I was not a very good wife. And finally decided, can't do this to him anymore. And it was for the best. I mean, he went on and met his soulmate, and she gave him the son that he always wanted. And, I met my husband, and we remained friends. We were friends for a long time, and he came to me one day and he said, we really shouldn't have got married. We definitely got married too
So he
young.
recognized it too.
He did. And he said, he apologized to me because I was always apologizing to him for, it not working and the mistakes that I made in the marriage. And he said, I don't blame you for anything. We both knew we shouldn't have done it, and it happened, everything turned out for the better because I have my soulmate, and the person you're with now is the person that you should be with. And, but yeah.
Yeah, and I think maybe you had to go through that to realize, sometimes you have to go through the motions to realize that there's something else out there for you and what is meant to be. So where you are is where you're meant to be. Then you go from there.
None of us are the same people we were in high school or middle
Mm-mm.
school or our early 20s. We all grow and change, and either it works out or it doesn't, and you realize this was a mistake, or we've gone our separate ways and we need to go our separate ways, and yeah,
But that's good that you guys still remain friends. That's awesome.
We did. All of us, all four of us would hang out, in that day that he came to me and kind of, he forgave me, of course, for everything, but apologized to me. Well, it wasn't your fault. I felt like it was all me. It was my doing. I'm the one that wasn't in love with him,
Well, that's one part of it, but all relationships take two. So, he felt guilty for something, that he felt the need to get that off his chest, so he could feel better and move on completely. So,
yeah,
that's rare too.
Yeah.
That is rare, yeah.
But I feel a lot of couples do. They get married way too early. They get lost in the moment, and I got to get married. I got to start having kids.
It looks magical.
Yeah.
You see these magazines and these beautiful dresses and walking down the aisle and all these beautiful flowers, and it seems very magical, and women
marriage
still.
Is gonna fix it. It's all gonna be good. Once I'm married, it'll all be good.
Yeah.
Buy a house, get the dog,
have the kids. It makes it all better.
Well, because I think everybody believes that is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be young, get married young, have the kids young, so that you'll be able to grow old with your spouse. It's like a movie, and everybody's conditioned to be like, grow up, get married, have the family, stay with your spouse until you die, and the end, but it's really not like that. It's really not like that. That's not reality. Not reality.
It is not reality at all. And none of that stuff fixes it.
No.
It's not even a Band-Aid. It just is fluff.
That's it.
It's fluff. None of it fixes it. But yeah, I have preached to my kids, please don't get married before the age of 30.
Yeah.
That's good. I hope my kids listen to that too. I mean, my second marriage, I was I was almost 30. Yeah, I was almost 30.
You learned a lot too from the first.
Yeah, I wouldn't take any of that back, because it was
It's a
part of my
life
life.
lesson, yeah.
It was a learning
Absolutely.
experience,
Yes.
and I learned some of the things that I did to him were, I learned how to not be in the marriage I'm in now. I know how
Yeah.
it made him feel. I know how it made me feel, and definitely learned from my mistakes. I did things then that I would never do to another human being.
Mhm.
So everything happens for a reason. Everything's a learning experience, but just don't get married too young.
Yeah,
Telling
no.
you don't do it. Please listen to your parents.
They never listen to you. You got to make your own mistakes.
Nope.
You have to. It's part of growing.
Yeah, I know.
It's part of growing. Yeah, they can sit there and tell you.
I have a child that's doing that right now. I just gotta let him go run out in traffic.
Yeah.
And just
Unfortunately, yes. As
Watch
long
him
as he
dodge
doesn't.
the cars.
Yes.
I told him that. I've given him my peace of mind, and I said, "What you have to do, what you have to do. You have to learn from your mistakes. I gotta let you go. I gotta let you go run out in traffic." And he knew what I meant by that.
That's true, and he
he's doing
does.
his thing.
Yep, and he's doing his thing, and he knows. He's a good kid, by the way. He's a good kid.
And he's gonna come back to me and tell me that I was right.
He's very cute.
And you
He's
know
very
what they
sweet.
always do? They always come back and they'll be like, "Mom, you did say this
But
to me, but I don't know where I was and I wasn't listening." So
Here's the thing is they still have to learn. Part of them growing and maturing is making mistakes. They cannot do everything that we say to do and never make mistakes.
correct.
And never have pain and never have the scars that shape them and move them on to bigger and better things.
Mhm.
And what's going to happen with him is she's going to go one way and he's going to go another, and it's going to work out.
I went back to my dad and I told him, Dad, I should have listened to you. And he's like, well,
Well, it's nice to hear that or whatnot, but the reality is they have to make their own mistakes.
Absolutely.
It's part of the growing pains. We are the ones in pain watching.
Yeah, no kidding.
They don't tell you that when you're going to have kids.
No,
Yeah,
they don't.
No. It truly sucks watching the mistakes, but you have to let them have them.
You do. That's part of life.
It is part of life.
Yeah.
It's not the pretty part of life, and we still make mistakes. You make mistakes. I make mistakes. You make mistakes. You do.
Where's her crown? Where's her crown? I don't see it.
The oldest one here.
Just wait till next episode. I'm buying a crown. As a matter of fact,
All
I
right.
have one at work. I have a tiara.
Yes.
Bringing it for her. I'm bringing it home.
We should have tiara night.
And
Let's
sashes.
do it.
Danielle's like, I'm not so sure.
Tiara and drinks.
Will there be margaritas?
Yes.
Well,
whatever-
I've been
whatever
really
we make
wanting
you
to
want.
make a bushwhacker.
Bushwhacker. What is that?
Oh, it's an amazing adult milkshake alcoholic drink.
I have to look it up. What's it made
a few
from?
things in it. There's a restaurant in Florida that's famous for
a
them.
tiara and a sash and all kind of other crazy shit.
You give her booze.
Well,
yeah.
I'll make my hookah and I'll make my drink. You get a drink. We'll all get a drink and we'll wear our tiaras while we're doing another episode of whatever it is we're going to be doing it on.
I had one when I went scalloping last summer up at Homosassa, and it
Bushwhacker.
was yum.
Yeah,
I
you
have
sent
it.
me a
I can.
picture of it.
I did. I sent you a picture. It is delicious. I mean, like
It
seriously.
has chocolate in it.
It
so-
does, and it has ice cream, and it has booze, and I mean,
That's all you need in life.
it has rum, it has Kahlua,
Oh my God.
chocolate liqueur, and
Dark rum.
it has coconut rum, it has dark rum, ice cream, and ice. I mean, really, how can you? It's not.
You
It's
can't go wrong with that.
right.
Where's my
No.
bushwhacker at?
I have to go and get Kahlua and some rum.
Yes.
I mean, I have some over there, but it's not the right kind, so I have to buy other.
Oh my God, that looks fabulous. I'm looking at it right now. It looks amazing.
It
That's
doesn't.
I'm on it.
I'm telling you. Here, this is the one that's famous. here in Florida, and here I'll send it to you. And yeah, it's because I think there's different versions, and I was like, I don't know about this version, and I don't know about that, but I had one, and when we went scalloping, it was nothing like eating a bunch of like seafood after scalloping in the water all day, and then having this yummy adult milkshake.
Wow, that looks fabulous. Okay, that's next time, America.
Doesn't it look fabulous?
Yes, it does.
Like, yeah. So, I really enjoyed it. If I wasn't driving, I probably would have had a few more.
Okay,
It went down real easy,
I
and
bet.
that's probably because of the ice cream.
Probably.
So
Can't
I
have
was
too many
thinking,
of them, I guess. Maybe we'll have a combination.
right? Well, what I was thinking was I could make my vanilla bean ice cream in my ice cream maker.
Yeah. Oh my God. And I'm
I
not
could get
there.
really carried away. I know. See, you're missing out. I have
Oh,
this empty bedroom that I
yes.
could clean out this stuff you see behind me, get her motorcycle helmets out, my camera gear out. There's a
Yeah.
bed. I can,
You could
get the
just,
baby
I just
walker out.
sleep right on top of that. That's okay.
Yeah. Well, with enough bushwhackers, you would.
Exactly,
She'd be like,
right? I'm done. Yeah.
But yeah, so I've
Yeah,
been
let's
wanting
do
to
that
make
next
that
time.
forever and a day. So, yeah, yeah. I That's bathroom is James's responsibility, by the way. So I apologize for anything he hasn't done when I tell him to clean it. Yeah, I'm like, clean it. He's like, I will. I'm like, well, what year?
Right? No kidding.
I don't even go in there. So, what did you have to add to this list, Pascal? Anything?
No, I mean, like I said, I mean, I've never really been married. I just gave my couple of advices or things like that.
Two
That
cents worth?
well, things that I have gone through in relationships. Sometimes, people are in long-term relationships, over 5, over 7 years. So you almost feel like you're married, and it perfectly applies to that too as well, because you're
It
still
does.
going through the same motions, you know. And some people actually maybe they're not married, but they live together as whatever partners, and or live apart, So
Yeah. It's funny because I know some couples that live together and have lived together for, 5 years or something,
mm,
and they do everything separate.
yeah,
And the one even said to me, well, it probably works because, I don't really have to spend time with her. So what's the point?
Well,
you get a sense
Because,
of freedom though. See, the thing
but
is
I mean, she benefits because she's not paying any bills.
yeah, that's true.
oh wow. I mean, I don't think that, like my mom, for instance, my mom had never been alone in her life, and she went through 3 marriages,
Yeah.
all failed, and never had any independence. And she met Gary. He waited for her to be single for quite a while because they were friends and he knew her and
That's kind of
asked her out.
sweet.
And they've been together for going on 13 years now. And
But they don't
she
live
loves him.
together.
No, I mean, he considers her house his house. And he's over there all the time, but he has his own house. So they
Yeah.
spend like 4 or 5 days a week together, and
But
she loves it.
I find it interesting because I'm like that would be okay.
Yeah.
But like to have someone live with you and have the attitude of, well, we don't really do much together, not even weekly. We have very separate lives, so that's probably why it works mentality.
Yeah. I mean, to be married and yeah, that's
They're not married,
okay. So
but they're just
I don't know. I mean,
cohabitating.
some
I
people
don't know. I don't know what to
cohabitating. Well, some people
I just
it
don't
works.
understand. It fascinates me. Yeah, I just don't understand.
Yeah, it works
I
for
mean,
some people.
yeah.
But that's
Well,
restrictive.
I mean,
Because if you don't have those feelings for them and you have no relations with them and you do everything separate, then what's the point?
does she not have relations with him?
No, she has no interest in him.
Oh, well, then they're not. There's no way they're a
She's
couple
with
then.
him financially then.
Yeah, but they're not legally married. I mean, so it's like she pays her car payment and her phone bill and stuff, but he
Yeah, I
handles,
don't know
because
why
it's
you
his
would.
place, he handles his mortgage, you know.
I don't know why you would, if you're not married, you would stay with somebody like that. There's got to be some sort of attachment there,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
I
there
know
would have to be.
for married, if you're married, there's a song that I heard that came out recently that I loved the lyrics in it, and it says for the record, throwing in the towel takes some effort,
That's true.
and it is true.
That
Throwing
is
in the
true.
towel in a marriage, especially a marriage when you've been with somebody for a long time,
It's
takes
a
a lot more
finality.
effort. It takes a lot more effort than it does to get together
A
and to get married.
lot of proper planning.
It's really hard.
Did I say that out loud? Sorry.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but it's true though.
But it's true.
Yeah,
No, it
true.
is. It is. It's hard to do. It's hard to do. You got to figure it all out.
Especially, you've been together a long time and you have kids and, houses and it just,
But those are all things.
they are.
They are all things. Well, minus the kids. The kids are not things.
Right.
Everything else is materialistic and is.
It's a hard decision to make. I don't think it's something that anybody really wants to do. Well, maybe some people want to do it.
Well,
but-
again, it depends on the circumstances. We all have this vision of what it should be, this fairy tale. And the reality is it is not a fairy tale.
It's
But you
not,
at
and every
least-
circumstance is unique to that relationship. So just don't spend more time on not enjoying your life.
Well, that's the thing,
That's
is
the key.
if you're in a relationship and you don't see eye to eye on the big things, the things that matter, that get you through the day to day, and then you're not doing anything fun and you're not living your life either, what's the
Right.
point?
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it
You
is
know.
what's the point, but like, Danny said, I mean, sometimes you have to do it because financial reasons or kids or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
And it's not like you said, Danny, it's not an easy thing to do. It's almost like a finality of your life
Mhm.
that you're going to end. And
Well, you're
you
ending
then-
a chapter and you're starting a
Yeah.
new one, essentially. As corny or cliche as that is, it's true,
Yeah.
though. I'm done with this. I've
is.
I've outgrown this. This no longer suits me. This is no longer in my best interest. I'm moving on to this.
Yeah. It's scary though. It's scary.
Oh, change is always scary. Being out of your comfort zone is always scary.
Yeah, it is. I don't
is.
like change too much, so probably would definitely scare me to death. But again, I'm single, so yeah.
Shut up.
Just
You
saying,
know,
just saying,
just
no.
keep
I'm
rubbing it in.
No,
Rubbing it
I'm
in.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, everybody
Friends
has
with
to do
benefits. Yeah. Just rub it in.
FWB.
Yeah,
FWB.
FWB. I'm gonna get you a shirt.
Yeah, that says FWB.
We're going on Etsy later.
No, everybody has to do
Just
whatever
rub it in.
is comfortable for them in their situation. We're
Yeah.
not here, to tell you, get out of your situation because it sucks and you need something better. But you have to do what makes you feel good for yourself and for your family as well. You have to think about other people, little ones if you have them, or big ones if you have them. You still have to think about them too. But
Do you? Why?
The big one's still living at home.
yes, still living at home, exactly.
Yeah.
So you just do what's best for your own unique relationship.
Well, and then again, like this poor girl who listed all this stuff and giving up her dreams and everything, she definitely needs to close the chapter and move on,
Mm-hmm.
because you only get one time around.
You do.
And if you're always sacrificing, it's not right. It's not fair. You will
It's
become
not.
bitter, and it makes you unhappy. It's not healthy.
No, it's not healthy. And there are better
not healthy.
things out there. There are better things out there. And I'm not saying better people out there, but better things that you can do with your life. Make
You
yourself.
got single people with FWB. I mean,
Exactly. See? You do better things with your life.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
FWB.
Yes, FWB. So, but yeah, just do what's best for
Shoot.
you. And if you feel as though nothing's getting taken care of at home, whether it's being a man or being a woman, it doesn't matter what it is. Think of outside things that you need to build up in your relationship so that you can move on to bigger and better things. And maybe what your situation is isn't where you're supposed to be at the time. So I don't
No,
know how
sometimes
I feel.
that's your
Yeah.
sign too, that
Yeah.
you need to step out of the comfort zone and be brave and do what's scary, because you're not growing if you're not,
No. No.
you're not.
You're not
No.
moving on. It's some things are scary, but yes, they're meant to be that way for a
And
reason.
everyone survives it.
Yes, they sure do.
Not to say it's not a bumpy road.
Not at
There's
all.
some potholes along the way, but yes, everyone survives it.
Yes. Yeah. Well, how many people commented on this subject? Did you have a
You
lot?
know what? I had several. Not as hold
Not
on.
as much as normal?
Well, that one was fantastic with over 2,000 comments. That was
Wow.
pretty spectacular, but
That's crazy.
Oh, that was the one, what you don't like about your body?
Yeah.
Yes.
Things that lead to divorce. Does it tell me how many comments there are? I see that somewhere sometimes, and I don't remember how I find it, but it's not on this one. Yeah, I don't know how many commented. There were several. There were actually some on Facebook as well that people commented. Maybe it was on my page. I don't remember. Oh, actually, I probably posted the next picture or the
Well,
next
even
question.
if I think everybody pretty much commented
It's pretty much the
pretty
same
much the
because
same.
it's going to be. It's going to be,
Yeah.
because those are the things that kind of define a relationship.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I think that was it, my dear.
Okay, well, that sounds good. And thanks, Danny, for joining us on this episode. We love having our guests.
I will come on anytime.
Okay.
All right.
Mark your
We love it.
calendars.
Mark your calendar. We love it. We love it.
Next time I need my tiara and my sash and a bushwhacker.
You got
Okay,
it.
I will work on the sash. I have the tiara, and I'm gonna get the stuff at the bushwhacker.
Well, I guess I'm alone over here, so I'll get my shit together too.
Right. Go get your own tiara.
I am. I have one actually, but it says 50.
Well, there you go.
So, but
Actually,
I
I
am 50.
have one in one of those containers that Joni gave Brooke. It's pretty heavy though. It's pretty. Yeah, it's got stones.
That's
So
okay.
yeah.
That's good. That'll work.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Good.
so it might need a little polishing, but we'll have
There
to
you
look
go.
at it.
Well,
Yeah,
thanks guys
so.
for listening. And again, thank you, Danny, for joining us on this episode. You guys continue to listen to us, please. We love it. We love to hear from you. If you have anything or any comments that you want to hear something new for any upcoming episodes, please leave them down below and Char will get back to you on those, and I'll turn it over to you.
To me?
Yes, you.
Yeah.
Tell them about the new thing. Tell them about the new project.
It's on YouTube, and you know what? They all uploaded. They finally all uploaded.
Woo!
All at once. It took 12 hours. I don't know.
Wow, it was a lot of episodes.
It was a lot of episodes. 21, 22, 22.
22.
Y'all do a lot of gabbing.
Yeah. Hey.
We do a lot of gabbing. I think it's
We
just
do.
our horoscope. So,
Yeah.
I blame it on the horoscope.
Do you?
Well, yeah,
Do
mine is twins. I have two people, so I got to gab to somebody. So I'm a Gemini. I have two people.
Oh God, that explains it.
Oh. Them be fighting worse.
Pascal's fighting with herself.
Yeah, fighting with myself.
You shut up.
What are you talking about? What are you looking at?
That's a whole other topic.
Oh my God. That's called crazy.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Next podcast.
Yeah,
How many personalities do you have?
right.
Right?
Oh,
How
good
many
grief.
personalities can one person have?
Right,
A lot.
well, a lot.
Yeah,
Yes.
there was a
Yes.
movie on that. But
The-
anyway, we are on YouTube.
We are now officially on YouTube as of sometime early this morning. I don't know when that all uploaded, but when I checked it this morning, it wasn't uploaded. When I came back this afternoon, because I finally shut my computer down and left it running all night, thinking, I'm not going to mess with
Sure.
anything. They were all uploaded.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, you
So
can find us on there.
now you can find us on YouTube. We have Spotify, Amazon, Samsung Podcast, Podcast Index. You think I'd memorize this by now? Listen Notes, Apple Podcasts, Google, Pandora, TuneIn, iHeart, and Deezer.
All right.
That's it, my dear.
That's it. Find
That's
us. Get us. Subscribe to us. That's my second Gemini talking, not me. Just kidding.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
the bossy one.
The bossy one, exactly. Yeah. The leadership person.
Yeah, we don't call it bossy. It's,
No.
leadership.
Yes, leadership. The vigilante, I guess. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Find
well,
us.
as always, it was a good time.
Yes. Always. Of course it's a
Always
good time.
it's a good time. And she'll be back
Always.
on sooner than later.
All right. We'll
I'll be
see
going
you
to the liquor
guys.
store apparently.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. And you have a good night, my dear.
You too. Always good talking to you.
You as well. Bye.
Bye.